The Boy Who Cried Wolf. In a quiet village nestled between green hills and golden fields, there lived a young shepherd boy named Ben. He was about 10 years old, clever, energetic, and always looking for fun. Each day his job was to take the village sheep to the grassy hills to graze and watch over them until evening. Ben did not mind the work. The hills were peaceful, the air was fresh, and the sheep mostly took care of themselves. But after a while, he began to feel bored. There was no one to talk to, no one to play with, just sheep munching grass all day long. One afternoon, as he lay under a tree, tossing pebbles into the air, an idea popped into his head. He smirked to himself and stood up quickly. He ran to the edge of the hill that overlooked the village, cupped his hands to his mouth, and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is attacking the sheep!" The village farmers and shopkeepers heard the boy's cry and immediately dropped what they were doing. Men grabbed stakes, women ran to fetch help, and even the elders rushed out of their homes. A crowd ran up the hill, panting, ready to chase away the dangerous predator. But when they arrived, there was no wolf, no danger, just Ben, laughing loudly. "I fooled you all," he giggled. "There is no wolf, just me and the sheep." The villagers were not amused. Some shook their head, others frowned. "Ben, this is not a game," warned an old man. "One day, if a real wolf comes, no one will believe you." But Ben just grinned and went back to his tree. A few days later, the boredom returned. The sheep grazed quietly. The sun was hot. Ben sighed and picked up a stick, tapping it against a rock. Then, just like before, he suddenly stood up, ran to the hillside, and shouted again, "Wolf! Wolf! There is a big wolf among the sheep!" The villagers groaned, but still they ran. What if it was real this time? But once again, it was a lie. Ben burst out laughing as they reached him. "You believed me again! I can't believe it!" This time the villagers were angrier. A few refused to speak to him. One woman said, "You are wasting our time and risking lives. Grow up." But Ben still did not understand the seriousness of his joke. Then one evening, as the sun began to dip below the hills and the sky turned orange, a real danger crept out of the forest. A large, hungry wolf. Its yellow eyes glowed in the dim light. It stagged silently from bush to bush, then charged straight toward the sheep. Ben jumped to his feet, terrified. "Wolf! Wolf! Help!" he screamed. He ran to the hilltop, waving his arms. "Wolf, please, a real wolf this time." But down in the village, no one came. A few people heard his cry but ignored. "He is fooling us again," they muttered. "Not this time." Ben kept shouting, but no one arrived. He ran back, trying to chase the wolf away, throwing stones, yelling, but the wolf was too strong. It growled and snapped its jaws. The terrified sheep scattered, and the wolf grabbed one and dragged it into the forest. By the time villagers finally decided to check, just in case, it was too late. Ben was sitting in the grass, crying, surrounded by scattered sheep and trampled grass. I am so sorry, he wept. This time it was real. The villagers helped gather the remaining sheep. Some comforted Ben, but many just shook their heads sadly. You see, Ben, said the old man from before, if people don't trust your words, your voice means nothing, even when you are telling the truth. From that day on, Ben never lied again. He had learned that trust is something you build over time, and once it is broken, it is not easy to fix. He worked hard to earn back the villagers' respect, and though it took time, he became known not just as a shepherd but a truthful one. Moral: if you lie once, no one will believe you when you speak the truth. Always be honest because trust is easy to lose but hard to win. Thanks for watching. If you like this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below to let us know your favorite part. Want to hear your own story narrated by us? You can send us your story at mahastoryteller@gmail.com. But don't forget to include your name and address so we can give you credit when we share it. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a magical bedtime tale. See you in the next story. Thanks for watching.